Hey, what's up? It's Mason, and let's just jump right to the chase. You are here because you cannot close people. You cannot get people across the line. You can't even get people on the phone, and you need help trying to improve your sales process. I want to teach you exactly what I've implemented in all the businesses that I've actually worked with to improve their sales process, get more prospects on the phone, and close more deals as a result of that. A little bit about me. I run an advertising agency. I spend over $1.7 million a month generating leads for my clients. I help them with sales. I've implemented this process you're seeing on the screen right here in over 20 different businesses, and it has helped them tremendously by getting more prospects on the phone and really just increasing the amount of conversations they could actually have for their sales reps so they could actually do the selling. Instead of just getting all of these cold voicemails, wasting a ton of time, we actually get people on the phone. We get them in a place where they could actually be sold. And I want to break that down for you today. So let's just jump right into it. Let's cut the BS and let's show you the system. This is the Elite Follow-Up System right here. If you take a look at it, this is the Figma board. I'm going to have this linked in the description. You could download it below. But when a new lead comes in, we want to implement this system right away. And just a couple key things, right? So right when a new lead comes in, we really need to focus on the timing. Timing is everything. It is the most important thing that you need to focus on. And you should be reaching out to these leads within 5 minutes and them coming into your pipeline, 10 minutes maximum. But honestly, if you're not reaching out to these leads within 5 minutes, you are missing out on a ton of money because that is when the lead is the most fresh. That is when they just filled out the form. That is the best time to actually sell to them. So if you could get them on the phone with someone who can actually sell and someone who is actually knowledgeable, the chance of them actually closing goes up by about 80%, believe it or not, because that is when they are the most fresh. They just filled everything out. It is so fresh in their head. They were just thinking about it. They are ready to close whether they know it or not. So you need to get them on the phone within 5 to 10 minutes. It is so important. If you could get them on the phone within a minute, even better. If you are on point, you are speed, you are going to make so much freaking money. It is so simple, guys, but so many people, they don't do that. The bar is so low, and you could tell because all these agency owners, all these business owners, they take so long to get back to leads. They take so long to answer emails. So if you are on point and you are speedy with new leads coming in, you will make so much freaking money. I cannot stress that enough. But let's take a look at this. So we have the new lead come in, Elite Follow-Up Systems activated, right? Day one, right when the lead is captured, we want to call within 5 to 10 minutes because it is 80% more likely that they will actually get on the phone with you, have a good conversation, and hopefully get across the line or get at least closer to being across the line. Day one, when the lead's captured, we want to call and do a double dial. If you don't know what a double dial is, we'll clarify it down here. So a double dial is if no answer on attempt number one. So if you call them and there is no answer, don't leave a voicemail right then. You want to call them up right away, back to back. And then if they don't answer on that call, that's when you leave the voicemail. So you want to call 2 times, leave a voicemail, because it kind of breaks that mental barrier when people see 2 calls coming through. And even if their phone's on do not disturb, sometimes it breaks through that barrier as well. And a lot of times people will see the same number calling twice back to back and they think it's an important call. And this is really big because if you could get them on the phone again and be like, hey, you just filled out this form a couple minutes ago for whatever service, it is going to be an amazing icebreaker. It's going to be easy for you to actually talk to them. They're not going to be angry about it because they just filled it out a couple minutes ago, right? So if you are on point with it day one, right when the lead comes in, it makes everything so much easier. I cannot stress that enough. So double dial, leave a voicemail if they don't pick up, and then you also want to text and email. If you could do a text and email if they don't pick up that first time, just do all 3 of these points of communication. You will win, you will be successful, and it's going to be a lot easier to actually get people on the phone, into those appointments, and just over that line like I keep trying to emphasize. But you'll see here that day one again. So this is later on in the day. Ideally, we do morning. If the lead came in like overnight or something, or came in the morning, we want to call them like as soon as possible. And I usually say like morning or like middle day, whatever. And then if the lead came in the morning, we want to call them in the afternoon. And we really just want to get 2 calls in, or 2 different segments of calls in within that first day. So a total of 4 calls. We're going to do 2 double dials in the morning, 2 double dials in the afternoon, and with the double dial, we'll leave a voicemail as well, and we're not going to text them again because we don't want to spam their phone with too many texts, but the calls are fine. We're trying to call them up. We are just doing our job at the end of the day. If they get mad at that, then they are not your lead. They are not your customer, because all you're trying to do is follow up. That is your job. They filled out a form, for whatever it was, and you're just doing your job. You are trying to follow up with them. You are trying to get more information. You are trying to inquire about their inquiry, right? It's like they filled out some form online saying they wanted a quote for something, and you're just reaching out, trying to give them an accurate quote. If they get mad about that, again, they're not your customer. You are just following up. You are doing the best job you possibly can. And anyone who's a good business owner or a good client can respect that at the end of the day. And there's a reason why we do all the follow up here. As you can see, we want to have all these different, channels, these different outreach channels, these different touch points. So there's just multiple forms of communication, whether it is a voicemail, whether it is a phone call and we get them on the line, whether it's a text message and they reply back, whether it's an email. We have all these different touch points, so it's really hard for them to miss us. And after this whole sequence and cycle is done, right, we'll know if they're a lead or not, because we'll have contacted them so many times that, again, they'll either have said F off, or ideally they'll have reached back out and been like, hey, sorry, I've been busy or whatever, you know. But what you're looking at here is pretty straightforward, you know. And something that we need to consider, you know, kind of like I was just touching on, is like, why follow up at all? You know, people are busy between work, family, their mortgage. People forget about everything. You know, it's like they have doctor's appointments, their taxes, even their in-laws coming into town or something. They're going out to dinner. They have kids. Like, all these different things are coming into their life, and it's a distraction. So you need to just stay on top of stuff, right? Again, and anyone that is getting angry at you for actually doing your job, staying on point and all that stuff, they are not your ideal client. And that's what you need to keep in mind at the end of the day. And just try to be as genuine as possible. You know, it's like being as genuine as possible. It helps so freaking much. I try to be genuine with all my clients, and that has been like a big game changer for me, and a lot of others that I've talked about, just because you got to be genuine. You got to be a real person. You got to leave real, nice, genuine voicemails. Don't sound too scripted when you get on the phone. Don't walk through a really structured sales script. Just follow up a ton and try to get natural conversations with people. And then like I keep saying, if someone tells you to F off, right, obviously it's like, stop reaching out to them. You know, it's like if they're like, hey man, fuck off, like please stop reaching out to me, then stop reaching out to them. But at the end of the day, you know, it's like you'll know at the end of this cycle that I'm going to show you if they're good or not. But just keep reaching out until they say stop. You know, you're trying to do your job at the end of the day. They filled out a form online. If they get angry at you for that, then screw them, right? There's nothing else you could do. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward when it comes to that, you know. And this is what I was mentioning earlier as well. So it's like new Facebook ad leads need to be followed up with immediately. Once a new Facebook ad lead comes in, like you need to be on it within this 5 to 10 minute period. It is so crucial. It is so key. Do the double dial, leave a voicemail, and just keep following up with them in the process, right? It's pretty straightforward, you know. And what you want to do is like you want to be an authority. You want to be the solution. When you call these leads, you need to remember that you're offering a solution to a major problem that they have, and that you need to respond, and that you're responding based on an action they took. So I've been emphasizing this the whole time, but you're not bothering them. You know, it's like you're doing them a favor. You know, you're literally not bothering them at all. You need to keep that in mind. Just keep it just really professional and just do your job. That is it. Make it personal. You know, if you could do personalized text, if you could look into their LinkedIn, look into them a little bit, do some research, whatever you could actually do, right? All that stuff helps. You're doing follow up. You're trying to get deals closed, have that personal connection, like I've been stressing this whole time. And then at the end, a lead is a lead, right? So it's like everybody's a lead at the end of the day. They've all showed interest. They've taken action, for filling out a form or giving you a call or reaching out in some sort of way for wanting to work with your business. So just remember that, you know, a lead is a lead. But this whole follow-up process, let's kind of circle back to it. So you'll see here we had the day one. We already went over all that stuff, but what happens after day one? Well, we have day two, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the call with the double dial, leave a voicemail, and text and email. So we're doing everything again, all 4 touch points ideally. Do the 2 calls, leave the voicemail again, text or email. I like doing the text and email, just get all the touch points across. And then later that day, we'll call again, do the double dial, no voicemail this time. And we're really just trying to reach out as much as possible and just try to get all those touch points. But we don't want to have all these voicemails pile up. We don't want to have all these text messages pile up. But if we could catch them live on the line where they're just looking at their phone and they pick up, that's ideal. That's why we're trying so many calls. Day 3, same thing, right? Call, double dial, leave a voicemail, text, and email. Day 3, call again, double dial, and it just keeps on going. So we'll keep doing this until day 4, pretty much. Day 5, we'll follow up again. But you'll see day 4, call, voicemail, text, call again, double dial. Day 5, call, double dial, leave a voicemail. No text on day 5. Day 8, call, voicemail, text or email. Text and email is what I would prefer. And then again, we're kind of spacing it out a lot more. Day 14, call, leave a voicemail. Then day 30, right? We're doing a call, leave a voicemail, maybe like a last text or a last chance text message or something like that. And then ideally we do some long-term follow-up where we call once every 30 days, right? Or we text them once every 30 days, do the call, voicemail, and text. And this like is a pretty extreme process, as you could see, but it works at the end of the day. You know, it's like, this is literally Facebook lead nurturing, and you will get results if you use the system. I guarantee you. You know, if you are intense with your follow-up like this, you will get results. You'd be surprised. I've closed like deals that are over $10,000 just from actually following up with people continuously from Facebook ads, right? I've followed up with them. It's taken 2 months to close deals, but they still close because the fortune is in the follow-up. I'm just reaching out. I'm just doing my job. And you could also kind of go a little deeper here with the appointment reminder process. So if somebody comes in, they're a new lead, they also book an appointment. You could do the whole appointment reminder process and, you know, schedule appointments within 2 to 4 days of contacting the lead. Do not schedule them out further. Keep the momentum and get them in quick. Offer them a spot the same day if possible. So we don't want to have appointments be scheduled like a week, 2 weeks out. Like if we get somebody on the phone and they want to come in for an appointment or go online for an appointment, depending on your business model, we want to get them on that call or in the door as quick as possible because we want to keep stuff moving. We want to keep that momentum. We don't want that momentum to die because there's a week that goes by and they kind of change their mind or they see another ad or something like that, right? And after sign up, we want to send them a calendar invite, even if it's an in-person appointment, send them a calendar invite, do an email, do a text, just have all these confirmations on the day of an appointment, send them a text reminder, email reminder. You could even do something 24 hours before to confirm it even more. And if there's a no-show or cancellation, we want to just kind of go back through this whole system, right? Because they've already showed interest. You've already talked with them. Following up with someone who you've already talked with, it's a lot easier as well because it's not like it's cold follow-up. You've already had those conversations. You've already chatted with them. So just circle back and just keep having those conversations with those people. But it's as simple as that, guys. You guys just really need to go into this with good headspace and really focus on just doing the follow-up, getting the reps in. You know, getting the reps in with the follow-up is key. The fortune is in the follow-up, like I've said. And if you follow this process, I mean, there's really no reason for you to fail. You know, there's no reason for you not to succeed. If you put in the reps, you actually do all this stuff. You're doing decent outreach. And yeah, if you want some of the scripts that I have for texting and all this stuff, there's going to be a download link in the description. You'll get a copy of this. You'll get a link to this. And you'll also get some of the scripts I use for calling and texting all down below in the description. I also have a free Discord group, so make sure to join that. We have great conversations in there in the main chat. We're talking about advertising. We're talking about funnels, optimization, all that stuff. And this is all free. Make sure to join down below. Some really good resources down there. But if you guys have any questions about the sales process, how I've utilized it in businesses, and how you could actually utilize it in your business or your client's business, ask down below, ask in the Discord. I will answer all the questions down there. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Please leave a like, drop a sub if you're not already subbed to the channel. And other than that, take it easy. Have a good rest of your day.